Okay, so Chris Wright, our energy secretary, told in an exclusive interview with the Free Beacon that the Department of Energy under Donald Trump is preparing to finance up to 10 nuclear power plants to give us a renaissance of nuclear energy. I have to tell you, I am both thrilled about this and a little pissed. And maybe it's just me. But we've been talking about nuclear energy since I was a little kid. We've known that nuclear energy was the answer since the 1950s. But we've not wanted to do it. And there's been all kinds of protests and all kinds of lefties that are out saying, oh, you can't do that. You'll kill everybody on the planet. In the meantime, we have not built nuclear energy plants. Okay, haven't built them. We have reinvented them. We've made them small. There's no China syndrome. Nothing else, but they've been there for a while now. Still can't do it. Oh, the planet is going to catch on fire soon. It's going to be so hot and we're all going to die. Nuclear energy, which has zero emissions. No, we can't do that because maybe, possibly, what if, even though it is the safest energy man has ever produced. Let me say that again. It is the safest energy man has ever produced. But you can't have it. I can't have it. I need energy for my house. I need energy for my office. No, you don't get it. Sorry, try a windmill. But that doesn't work. Well, it'll work when it's windy during the day. Okay. But now that now that these giant corporations need the energy, and there's no way for them to make the energy fast enough and big enough, all of a sudden, green lights are everywhere. Notice nobody's talking about, we can't have all these nuclear power plants. We can't do that. 10 nuclear power plants are now being green lighted and financed by our Treasury Department, okay? Which is a good thing. If we don't have energy, we lose all of it. All of it. These server farms have to have energy. And I warn you, gang, if we don't build them, what's going to happen? Do you really think that you're going to get the power? That Ace Hardware is going to get the power over a Home Depot? Do you think your house is going to get the power over a Google server? Nope. They will start rationing for everyone else to put all of it into the server farms. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. So this is really, really good for the American people. But again, like I said, I'm kind of pissed because my whole life I've believed in nuclear energy and everybody's been against it. How many Chernobyl movies do we need to make? How many lies about Chernobyl do we have to hear? How many lies do we have to hear about what happened in Japan? Or my favorite, 3 Mile Island. No one died. No one died. Stu, wasn't that just steam that was let out with such low emissions that it didn't affect anything at 3 Mile Island? Yet people quoted that forever.
Yeah, the maximum radiation released was the equivalent of a chest X-ray. The maximum exposure. And
that stopped everything. That stopped everything. That happened, and that movie by Jane Fonda, The China Syndrome, which, by the way, is really good, but The China Syndrome came out at the same time, and everyone said no to nuclear energy. And can you imagine if we had nuclear energy right now, how far ahead we would be? Do you imagine? I can guarantee you we would be using hydrogen cars right now because hydrogen can be made in the off hours. You have these nuclear power plants. When everybody goes to bed, they just keep the plant running. Instead of turning it down, you just keep it running at a high level, and you can make hydrogen for cars all night long. Oh, my gosh. It is so frustrating. It just goes to show you who actually rules the world. Is it you or the giant corporations? It's the giant corporations. And it's really, I hate coming to that realization. You know, I liked living in my little utopian world where everything was happy. Everything's like, oh, you know what? No, we're really good. No, we're the Constitution Republic. People listen to us. Our politicians react to us. They really don't. They really don't. But they can. They can. We just have to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And believe me, anything that they can do to be able to shut you down and control you. And what is the best way to control people? It's the best way to control people. What is the absolute positively, I can control everything you do if I can control 3 or 4 things. Your food, your medicine, your energy, and your money. Because if I have your money, I can control where you buy food, what you buy. I can control where you travel to, how you travel. Oh, sorry, you can't go on an airplane. Too dirty for you. Leonardo DiCaprio needs that because he's going to go give a speech about global warming. So we're going to give him your credit so you can't have it. They control your money. If they control your food, if they control your medicine, are you noticing a trend? Everything that is happening here, they're killing our farmers. There's your food. They're slaughtering our farmers, metaphorically. Our farmers are going out of business. Our ranchers are going, there's no reason. We used to be the breadbasket of the entire world. Why aren't we still? Well, because we had to play in this global atmosphere. I don't want to play in the global atmosphere anymore. I don't believe in all that crap. I'll sell it to the globe, but why are we taking it in the shorts? Our people are hurting. We're buying our food, which we used to make here. We're buying it for overseas, and our farmers are going out of business. All this farmland, and who's gobbling it up? Who's gobbling it up? People like Bill Gates. These giant industrial farms. Okay. And if they can control your electricity already, I think it's in Mexico. I know it's South America, but I think it's in Mexico. They're already having problems with some of these server farms. They're already having rolling brownouts in some towns in Mexico just to keep the servers going. And if your servers run everything, you imagine you're on the East Coast and your servers start to go down. Do you think because our entire economy, our whole system of money, banking, the stock market, everything, it's all on server farms? No, it has to have, that's priority. That's priority. It'll be priority for that. Maybe hospitals, unless they just want to continue to reduce the surplus population, to quote Scrooge. But it'll all go to the server farms before it goes to your farm, your house. Guarantee it. So, good news, I guess, on that one. The New York Times, this makes me so nervous. Wait, Stu, what? Why'd you make that face?
I mean, I get what you're saying, that in theory, this electricity might go to sources that you don't benefit from. But the promise of nuclear energy is it's basically unlimited. It is that.
These are smaller. Yeah. These are smaller plants. These are designed for the server farms, not for the public.
I agree with that, but I don't know. I kind of take it as closer to proof of concept than anything else.
Me too.
If they dump money into these things and they're successful and there aren't massive problems, which all of these things I think would be the expectation. I think that there's a chance we might have a world that's not that far away where we have relatively cheap, energy in perpetuity. And that's a massive promise and worth a little bit of risk of some of this stuff going to the wrong sources.
I think you're absolutely right. But what time is it? Oh, it's 2025. Next year is an election. Let's see how that works out. You know what I mean? I talked to the president about this, and I said, you've got to get those power plants deep in construction. You've got to find a way to make sure those things are bulletproof, or it won't happen. You lose the election in 2028, they're not opening. They're not opening. It won't happen. Because you've got the left, and maybe it will happen, but it will never then be transferred to you. You won't get one. You're going to have a windmill. And you might, just to make it super efficient, it might be like one of those windmills from Holland, with the wood pegs in it. I don't think you may not get a real modern windmill. You'll get one that also doesn't work, but is really, really super old. One of the things that bothers me, Stu, and I want to take a quick break and then come back to this. This is the New York Times. Why the AI boom is unlike the .com boom. Wall Street Journal. Wall Street is shaking off fears of an AI bubble. Okay. And just to make it even a little scarier, Jim Cramer just came out and said, keep your money in this AI stuff. Whatever he says seems to go the opposite. So I don't know, but are we in an AI boom or a bubble? Well, while we talk about that, maybe it keeps us from talking about the real thing that is coming with AI, and that is the employment bubble. Because I think the employment bubble is going to pop soon. And that's when people are going to come with pitchforks and torches to the government and to these giant companies that are pushing AI. I mean, this is something I've been talking about since probably 2005. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm really super excited that I started working on an AI project. But we're not firing anybody. We're still hiring people. We're just tripling our output to do more. But when joblessness really starts to hit, that's a problem.
Thank you for thinking for yourself and being part of a movement, because that's really what all of this is. If you want the full story, you want to go deeper, go to blazetv.com/Glenn. Go there right now, sign up, no interruptions, just the truth, uncensored and unfiltered. Don't just watch, take a stand. And I'll see you over there in a minute.